All right, so here we have the couch stretch. You can do this on your couch. Here I'm going to demonstrate with the bench. You'll want a towel or something to rest your knee on if you don't have a plush carpet. So here what we're going to do is we're going to have one foot come up onto the couch here. Then what we're going to do is have this knee drive down onto your towel or onto your carpet, soft surface. Front leg's going to be out 90 degrees. And what we want to do is make sure that we feel these hips start to open up. You might even feel the quads. So I'm going to go ahead, tuck my pelvis forward, feel that hip flexor come on. To exaggerate that, I can get a nice overhead reach. I'm going to want to sit into this for a full minute, really letting that hip and quads open up. Now, after a minute, I can also go ahead and on this front foot here, drive my knee over the toe, or at least that's the goal, and start to get some ankle mobility here. Feel those ankles start to open up. And then what I'm going to want to do is lift my toes to really engage my foot. Lift my toes for 5 seconds. And let them drop for 5 seconds and relax. I want to keep this heel on the floor. 5 seconds up with those toes. So you're going to do that for a full minute. And then you'll switch it out. So next up, we're going to get in flow. We're going to start off with some combat stretch and add some additional movements from there. So combat stretch, we're going to get some ankle mobility and some hip mobility. First thing we're going to do is have one leg drop here, so our knee and hip is facing forward in front of us, and we're going to swing this leg to the side. We're going to get 90 degrees laterally, toe pointing out. And what we want to do is lean into this toe here, and really keeping the heel planted on the floor, so we can get some ankle mobility here, and you start to feel the hips open up as well. So sitting here for about a good 30 seconds. Once 30 seconds has elapsed, you're gonna go ahead and get some spine openers as well. So here, we're gonna have the arm resting against the leg here. Other arm comes in parallel. We're gonna get a nice reach here to the sky. Feel that open up. Come back down. We're gonna go ahead, get 5 reps. I want to come back to our original position, and we're actually going to kick this leg out here. What we want to do is come down, both our hands in front of us, hands about shoulder width apart, and we're going to start to feel this hamstring open up here. So I've got my toes pointing up, sitting here for a good 10 seconds, feel that open up. We want to have that foot come down, so toes pointing out. Get an even wider stretch, so we're really starting to feel the inner thighs open up as well. And now here's sort of a fun part. So now that we're in this position, we can also get some more spine openers. So we're going to take the hand that's next to the foot that's out. I want to have it sort of needle through, and we're going to come up, open up that spine a bit more. So we're going to go ahead, get 5 reps on each side. So that's the round for combat stretch. You can do the same thing under the sides. I'll do a quick run through. So here, leg pointing frontward. We have our other leg coming out to the side. We're leaning into our foot here. So we have the knee coming over the toe. Good. Sit in this for 30 seconds. Gonna have your arm after 30 seconds has elapsed. Rest against this leg. Other arm coming parallel. Get a nice reach. Open up that spine. 5 reps, right? Once you've done that, I'm gonna go ahead, get a nice hamstring stretch. Keep this leg out. Toes are pointing up. Nice hamstring stretch. Good. You'll have the toe come down. So your foot's resting flat on the floor. Feel that stretch out. And we're gonna get some T-spine openers. We're gonna needle through here. Go ahead, rotate out. You might have heard my lower back crack a little bit. Needle through, 5 reps each side. So this next one's called 90-90. This is probably my favorite hip mobility exercise. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna sit down on our butts. We're gonna have our front leg here, or this leg here, come out 90 degrees. For the side. We're gonna do the same thing in the back. So we're gonna have this other leg come out 90 degrees here. First thing we're gonna do is sit up nice and tall. Feel these hips sort of align here. Core is on. We're gonna come down. Nice and slow. Keep these hands nice and planted. Core is on. We're gonna come up. What we're gonna do is with this back leg, we're gonna try to lift the back leg up. So you're gonna dig your heels into the floor. You're gonna feel these hips open up. Get that external rotation going. You can get 5 reps on each side, keeping this knee nice and planted. And then here's the fun part. Here's where we really get to open up these hips. So we're gonna keep this knee drilled down. And we're gonna try and lift this leg up and keep this knee down as far or as long as possible. Now, if you find it difficult, you can have this hand come backwards for support. Other hand come backwards behind your back for support. We're gonna open up. We're gonna sit here for a good 5 seconds. Feel this open up. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So both legs are gonna come down back into that 99 position. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Knee down. Come down, core is on, come up, 5 reps, heel is dug into the floor, lift this knee up, keep this knee down. 5 reps, good, same thing, keep this knee drilled down, we're gonna have this knee peel on up. If you need back support, go ahead. Have those hands come behind your back, sit here, fall back into it. All right, so now we're gonna start to work on some upper body mobilities. The first one we're gonna work on is child's pose, also with a bit of a arm rotation here. So what we're gonna do is come down on our knees here. We're gonna have the hips fall back, arms come out into child's pose. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna rotate the arms out. So my fingers will be palms facing up, and then I'm gonna rotate in as though I want my pinkies to touch. So you'll feel the upper back start to engage and relax on these rotations. So feel those back shoulder blades squeeze when the pinkies try to touch. Feel that relax. Squeeze. Relax. So you're gonna do this for 1 full minute. Next up, we've got what's called angels. So here we're gonna lay on our backs this time around. And we're literally gonna take it back to like when we were kids. We made snow angels. So you're gonna have your palms facing up, hands to the side. And the main goal here is to keep the elbows on the floor here. You're gonna come all the way up, making an angel, reaching, back pressed against the floor. You're gonna reach here for 5 to 10 seconds. And then you're gonna come back nice and slow, keeping those elbows and back all pressed against the floor. Go ahead and get 4 reps. Last one. So a lot of people know wall slides. What we're gonna do is laying down slides. It's a bit easier to engage the upper back and shoulders, and the main thing we wanna focus on is keeping the back pressed against the floor. So we're gonna have our arms come out to the side, 90 degrees here. Elbows in line with the shoulder, arms 90 degrees, back pressed against the floor, and we're gonna keep the elbows and the hands pinned to the floor as we reach up. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna reach once we get to that top, 5 seconds. And then you're gonna come back down, resuming that 90 degrees, but the main goal here is keeping that back pressed against the floor, keeping the elbows and the hands pressed against the floor as well. You're gonna go ahead and get 4 reps. Once again, no rush. You really wanna feel the muscles engaging through the full movement.